Welcome to Redacted, a podcast about video games and video game related things. My name is Shawn. With me tonight is Lucci,
Hey.
EJ,
Hello.
and V.
Hello.
Tonight we're going to talk about co-op games and things like local multiplayer and couch co-op and all sorts of things. First, we'll go through, like we always do, with the upcoming week's releases, and it's pretty dire this week. There's just not a lot coming out.
Well, not dire so much as just nothing.
Just not.
It's not like the industry's going away.
Everything just came out.
Yeah, well, no, that's true. There was a lot of stuff that came out in the last couple months, and it's kind of starting to hit that slow period again.
Yeah.
Until next year, we've got Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix for the PS3.
Yay.
The Crew for PC, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One.
Man.
And that's all I could find. So,
There's got to be more.
That's an impressive list.
I have yet to find any better lists than I've found so far because everything is giving me the same couple of things.
Well, frankly, today is the day after Black Friday. All of the sales already happened.
Yeah, anyone who releases a game
after
Black Friday,
and that's exactly it. All of the games, everyone wanted to make that the
window,
the release date, at the window before Black Friday, so they can already be on the shelves. They can already be stocked before then. Yeah, so we'll just get right into it with co-op games. We're going to be talking about any games that were like co-op games that we're excited about coming out soon, or in this case next year. I know we'll start out with Evolve. That's come up before, and you were saying tonight that you found that they released another game mode.
Announced a second game mode.
What was it, Nest?
Nest mode, where it's basically the monster has 6 eggs it has to defend. And they're randomly scattered. The hunters have to find them around the map, and they're randomly scattered each time in the generation.
They have to find them and destroy them?
Yes.
Okay. And you were saying that if the monster can get to them first, he can sacrifice them and create...
It's not even get to them first. He can only do one at a time. But it apparently takes a decent amount of firepower to take the eggs out.
Uh-huh.
So you kind of have to strategize whether or not you want to split up and try to take them all out that way, or go the full fire team one by one to take them out.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they do one by one, there's a very good chance by the time they get halfway through the eggs, the monster is going to be level 3.
How many people play Evolve?
4v1.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the monster can sacrifice one of the eggs to hatch basically a level 1 version of itself that's computer controlled.
Right. So, like, I mean, if they really kind of don't move quickly enough, the player, the human characters could be looking at 3, 4 monster characters, including one.
No, the monster can only do one at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
it can't just roll up with a posse of like 5 level 1s of itself and completely eviscerate the team.
So there can only be one computer-controlled monster aside from... Okay.
But like if one dies, you can just hatch another.
Okay. Well, that's still an interesting game mode. I'd like to see the other one, where I was talking about with the, having, if you can get to it first, now you've got 2 or 3.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool, but that would probably have to be like closer to like a horde mode or like a hard mode where
legendary.
Because that I can see that being balance breaking.
Yeah,
depending. So,
but I'm still really looking forward to Evolve.
Yeah, Evolve is looking really good. And with that mode coming out, I'm kind of hoping they're going to be adding more because I know that's been some.
I figure they're probably going to do at least one more.
That probably
they've been showing the different classes. Well, there are the 4 classes, but each class has as you progress down the tree, you unlock a different one,
right? Which
has like almost a completely different moveset that plays absolutely differently. So like the higher up the classes go, they just like you can dual wield weapons at one point. I think.
So
call in like nuclear strikes.
Is Evolve going to be purely online co-op or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one concern I have with a lot of the. Games coming out for the Xbox One and the PS4. Couch co-op, in a lot of cases, as I've played, it seems to be happening less and less. Now, admittedly, for those systems, the next gen, current gen systems, that hasn't, they're really just starting to hit their stride of stuff coming out. I mean, not even.
Yeah.
That they've got a larger library out now, but they definitely don't have.
Apart from the indie titles, I think the only current gen local co-op that exists is probably just Halo. The Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, Master Chief Collection, definitely.
I can't think of anything else as local multiplayer.
Trials is on
Trials is
Yeah,
local.
there's Trials.
There's Trials, Spartan Assault, but we're not talking like huge AAA titles either.
Yeah.
I mean, Trials is not exactly a AAA.
No. Well, Diablo is actually local, apparently.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But
That's
I don't know how
yeah.
the hell that would work without like rubber banding you across the screen every 10 seconds if you're not keeping up with the host.
Yeah, that was the question.
It's not bad.
Oh, you've played it?
They do. Yeah, I've played it on 360, and it's not bad. Although there is some of that being left behind.
Yeah.
But it's not. They do it. They handle it as well as you can in that type of game.
Do they just kind of push you closer to the host or right back next to the host when you get too far away?
No, it kind of like, stops. Like you can get so far away, and then like you're just kind of like, I guess you're being dragged a little bit. I guess it does.
Oh, okay.
Like
Keeps you from going further.
It encourages you to go whichever direction the host is.
Well, I mean, even in the Halo games, like V and I were playing Master Chief Collection. We were playing through Combat Evolved.
Yeah,
and it's I mean, even with the first person style game like that, if I got too far ahead, if I got to a checkpoint,
if you checkpoint, it'll teleport.
Yeah, it would just teleport it straight there. So I mean, I can understand that being the case, and it might be a little jarring, but it definitely keeps it from having to worry too much about, running too many resources to now render larger parts of the map and whatnot that they really don't need to. Especially, and also for story progression, level progression, trying to, you get this one guy that's just taking forever for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand that.
Because usually when you get to a new section, it'll lock off the previous section just for the sake of the tax on local resources.
Oh yeah, definitely. Lucci, is there any upcoming co-op games that you might be excited about, that you know about, local or online?
Yeah, everything that I've been waiting for is out. Like with the exception of Evolve, like there hasn't been anything that I've been like waiting for. Destiny came out.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting for that.
GTA 5 is finally out for current gen.
Far Cry 4.
There hasn't been a lot, announced that I'm excited about waiting for.
Oh, actually, you know what is coming out in like 2 years is The Division and the new Rainbow Six.
Oh yeah,
those look fantastic.
Is that actually 2 years though? Is that 2016?
The Division is 2015 or 2016. Rainbow Six is unannounced.
Right.
It's
That's
like
a long time
at
away.
some point, like it was like in development. There was no. I think there may have been a 2016 tag on it, but I'm not positive. But I think The Division was holiday 2015.
Okay. Well, what about the Order 1886?
I forget that's co-op.
Yeah, that was specifically built to be 4-player co-op.
It does look good.
Now the problem is I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it. And this is what kind of bothers me a little. Less so now because I've taken steps to avoid it being a problem. But there are a lot of really cool games that have come out or are coming out that are built to be co-op games. And that's awesome. The problem is things like The Order and Destiny, you can't play multiple people on one system. I can understand not being able to run four players on a system anymore. I kind of get that. That's kind of.
I think it's like that anymore. It's because you can't have a game that's that graphically intensive twice on one console, which is what local co-op would essentially be. You'd have to run it twice over.
They ran 2 to 4 player co-op, not co-op, but 2 to 4 player Halo. Up until, I think you can still play 4-player local deathmatch.
You can, but
Halo 4.
That's not that graphically intensive. Because the framework for the stages, I think, are basically the same as a multiplayer map.
Well, yeah, they were multiplayer.
Whereas
maps.
something more story driven would be,
Borderlands, but
tracking where you are at all times.
Right.
And
Borderlands 2, Borderlands pre-sequel, the original Borderlands. For instance, those 3 in the last gen were able to do it. Now there were a couple.
Yeah, but Borderlands also wasn't the most
that cell
intensive game in the world.
That cell shading is not easy to render. That's the thing. Like that art style didn't make it easier
And you did see some hang-ups in the Borderlands when you split screen and you're very far apart.
I've
There
definitely
was
done that.
some rendering
Yeah, the few
issues,
times I've multiplayer, it was definitely.
I don't know how many hundreds of hours we've got, like Borderlands 2.
Yeah,
we haven't got a chance to put any real time into pre-sequel yet, though we have it.
I've heard good things.
It was fun.
I just played the opening right before this call.
That's right. You just got that not too long ago. We need to get you in the party.
Yeah,
what are you playing?
I bought all of my games for the year.
Yeah, that's right. Which character are you playing on Borderlands pre-sequel?
I went with Althena because I didn't want to pay for Jack yet. I really wanted to go with
they came out with that
Jack
DLC already. Yeah.
DLC.
The Doppelganger pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, like that's an example of like on the last gen. Now the thing is, those came out later in the system's lifespans, where especially with the PS3, there were a lot of companies that were struggling or weren't really fully using the PS3's potential as far as its architecture and it's just the power that was sitting under the hood. And you didn't see a lot of really, amazing titles coming out till much later in the lifespan. And with as drastic a change as the Xbox One and the PS4 made, I'm figuring there's going to be another learning curve like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's going to be 3-4 years before we see any, earth-shatteringly amazing concepts come out that, as developers decide find out how to do, each of these little tricks.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that you like. The 3/4 top down, dungeon crawler games are cool. They're not necessarily. I'm seeing more of those as local co-op, which is fine. That's really cool. They're not necessarily my thing, but I really, admittedly, haven't given them a lot of chance.
Yeah.
So, and the more I've played a couple of them, the more I've kind of liked them.
Well, it's those top down, but the other co-op games that they have that are popular now are like the throwbacks, like the 8 and 16-bit, side scroller or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're seeing a lot of indie developers do side scroller and top down and 3/4 top down games as local co-op, which is cool. Which means there is still a demand for it.
So there's like Towerfall, Nidhogg.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one, I don't remember what it was, where it's like 4v1, 3v1, where like one person dies and becomes like the ghost that like.
Yes, I know which one you're talking about. I just can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I don't remember what the hell it is either.
Yeah, but they're all, a lot of them are also graphically throwbacks to.
Well, that's because I think that's.
Well, it's easier to code in and
with indie
with,
developers, and they can concentrate more on like gameplay.
Yeah, and that makes sense. But like, depending on how much you like older game styles. Like I like old games, but the graphic integrity of it, that like going back to play San Andreas, which is easily one of my top favorite games.
It was good.
Playing it on the PS2 now it's rough.
I mean,
it's rough. It's graphically.
I'd be interested to see the re-release they just put up on Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus. Was there an up-res on that, or did they just release it as it was?
I think there was. I think that was part of the point, was because they originally had it as one of the greatest hits in the store, and then they removed it for that new version to come out. And I believe they did up-res the graphics a bit, though I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I would just like to see more couch local co-op for first-person shooters myself, because that's what I like to play.
Yeah.
The side scrollers and dungeon crawls, they're fun, but it's I like to see that nice graphic.
Could you sign in with a guest on Destiny competitive?
No, and well, here's the thing: the workaround we had to get going with her and I, because I actually had to buy an extra a second PS4, just for her. Now, luckily, we did it early enough in the system's run that we already have two now. So anytime a game that comes out that doesn't support local co-op, I can just buy 2 copies.
Yeah,
and we can still play together. Now,
you don't even need to buy 2 copies with the game share. Depends on the game. It
really depends on. First off, that's not 100%. That's not a guarantee. The companies entirely have the choice to go. We're just not adding that. In fact, I think what was it? I think Call of Duty opted out of that. If I remember correctly,
doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I mean, there was. I remember hearing about a game recently that came out after the share came out, and it was like, yeah, we're not implementing that. The other problem with the share, and I haven't used it personally yet, so I don't know how the licensing goes. Like, I don't know if we could play.
We used it on Minecraft.
Did you?
No, we did.
No. Well, that was a different thing. That was an entirely different thing. What we did in that case, because I had my system and her system, the way I had to set it up, I had to set up her system as my primary PS4.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's completely counterintuitive.
Yeah, it was completely counterintuitive. That's exactly because what it would do is it would allow you to sign in under a separate account and have access to the games that I've downloaded, whereas on my system, I could sign in as me.
Yeah.
So I guess I think what it is when you set up set it up as your primary account, as your primary account holder system, it then authorizes any purchases you've made for that entire account because it's figuring it's a family system. If you buy the game, your kids are going.
God forbid they set it up so you can just authorize another account as opposed to having to sign in under it as like your primary.
Well, even after all the DRM stuff that like Xbox went through, it's still. And understandably so. I mean, piracy has been putting a hit on everything.
Oh, yeah.
So like I can understand it, but at the same point, it feels like extra hoops you have to jump through.
Oh,
like,
definitely.
With the PS, it used to be with the PlayStation 3, you could have like 5 systems auzed.
Oh, yeah.
And now you can only have 2. Which, okay, I understand that. I mean, how many people are going to have 5? That really looking
Mormons.
at 5 systems, yeah. But like having 5 systems activated seems a little excessive unless you've got 5 systems in 5 different houses and you just don't want to, move the system around. But even then, that's how many people honestly are doing that.
Well, they've made it more difficult for families with multiple children around the same age that want to play the same games. Yeah. They have to buy multiple systems
and multiple copies of the game.
Yeah. Right. So that's kind of unfair to the family because now they're, instead of spending $400, they're now spending $1,200 because they got 3 kids. Just for the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's assuming any of them want to play the game together. Like, I mean, again, you and I, any games that come out that you and I are interested in, unless it has a couch co-op feature, I'm buying 2 copies. Which has really come out a lot better for the digital downloads.
And Nintendo.
Right.
Get out.
Nintendo's games are almost entirely couch co-op. They built the system for it.
Yeah, but I just
that's not so much first-person shooter. That's what I'm into.
But Mario Kart's awesome. Smash Brothers is awesome.
Yeah, but again, and not, really, honestly, nothing against Nintendo. I mean, I've taken my jabs at it. Honestly, they're a good company. They've got some good games.
They have some good games.
They have some good. They do have some good. I mean,
they're fun party.
I've made mention before.
Yeah.
I own a GameCube for one game. Like legitimately, I own a GameCube for exactly one title.
Legend of Zelda?
No.
You're doing it wrong.
The cat tried to attack Lucci.
No, it's just one of those things where I can't justify buying a $400 system for like the 2 titles. There's 2 titles out for the Wii U right now.
The Wii U, if you can find the console alone, is actually like 3, I think.
I think it's like $250 now.
Is it $250 now? But like there's the $400 bundle, which has got like Mario Kart, Smash Brothers.
Yeah, but you see, if I do that, I'm going to spend
like 15 controllers.
I'm going to do the $350 for a holiday sale for another Xbox One, get another copy of Master Chief Collection, and then V and I can play through them. Again, this is personal preference. This is something, but there's just not a lot personally on the Wii U that I'm not terribly interested.
All that I really care about on the Wii U is Mario Kart because it's awesome. Smash Brothers and Zelda whenever the hell that comes out.
Does the Wii U also play GameCube games?
I want to say no.
See, I want to say yes.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I really don't know.
I have no idea. Oh no, check the internet.
Check the internet, Google.
That's what it's for.
You guys continue with that, and I'll see what I can find real quick.
You Google that. I did bring my laptop because I'm dumb.
Well, going back to co-op games in general, the one thing I do kind of feel, I prefer couch co-op when I can get it. Like split screen's kind of annoying, but at the same point, I don't have to have 2 systems and two games. The one instance of that I'm completely opposite of that is on PC. Like PC games. So
splitting a PC screen is stupid.
Well, yeah, no, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, but again, my wife and I both have gaming PCs that I've built.
Yeah.
So But for some reason, I have this thought in my head that most people have some sort of PC that they can play most games on. I mean, obviously not. You're not going to be able to run Crysis 3 on Ultra Mode on like most people's. Like mine wouldn't run that.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't have a supercomputer.
Yeah.
You know. But like, I kind of feel like that's one of those weird little instances where I kind of don't want two people on my system.
Yeah, because playing like local co-op, unless if it's turn-based on a PC, is completely impractical.
Yeah, I know.
Or if you're using 360 controllers.
So currently,
if you're using controllers,
it is not supported.
It's not. I didn't think so.
No.
What is not? What's not?
GameCube games on the Wii U. Are not
see, and
supported.
that just
because the architecture is completely different.
I know,
like, absolutely
that's
different.
kind of what I figured.
Can they? Are Wii games reverse compatible? Backwards compatible?
Yes, that I know that one because I brought Wii games over to a friend's house when they got a Wii U, so we could play Raving Rabbits.
That goddamn game! I don't get the point
at
all.
It's fun and stupid and party game.
Oh, so it's a Nintendo game.
Now, here's the thing:
Burn. Shots fired.
At a cursory glance for, let's say, Steam, I've got 15 pages of local co-op games.
Yeah.
You know, where I just don't feel like there's that many local co-op games.
There's not.
On, say, Xbox 360.
Well, again, it's because, like, the bigger games that you would want for couch co-op, you would practically be needing to run twice over on a system. Like Assassin's Creed Unity, it's not 360, but it's the perfect example. You would have to be able to run the game twice, so it could like generate the the crowds twice for the two characters and like your individual interactions with them and run the engine.
I'm not sure how that works. One would think that they're using shared resources for something like that.
I don't think for something that big. I don't think so.
I guess it depends on how far we get from each other. That may be
that's where that would come into play. Like if you're next to each other, I don't think it would be much of a problem. But like if you wind up on like opposite sides of the city and have two completely separate zones loaded, there's no way that's possible.
So they'd have to really limit how far away you can get away from each other.
Yeah,
which could mess you up as far as playing.
Well, in Unity, it would be an easy enough fix.
And the frame rate would just go straight to hell.
Like in Unity, for instance, it would be an easy enough fix story-wise to just list it as the Animus system itself can't render that many users in its graphical.
At that point, why have the local co-op?
I mean, I can say that when we played Borderlands on two separate systems had our own full screens and we went back to playing the local co-op, it actually took a lot of getting used to again.
Minecraft has couch co-op.
Yes, it does.
In
fact, that has 4-player couch co-op.
Is it 4?
Oh yeah,
That's dumb.
You can do a 4-person split screen.
Unless if you're doing it on your unless you're doing it on your goddamn wall projector over there, it's dumb on a TV because you're playing on like a 15-inch TV.
Oh god, we were playing Borderlands 1 really heavy, and this is right after I bought my first projector, but before I had it set up permanently.
Yeah.
We had it. I had it running on that projector for a little while actually. And then we were playing on that, and I think we only had it set to like a 50 or 60-inch screen for a projector because we only had so much throw range. The projector, there was an issue with it, and I had to send it back to the company to get repaired. So I pulled the 42-inch plasma out from the bedroom back downstairs, which was what was in the living room before I bought this projector.
Yeah.
And we went back to playing that, and it was like I was entirely first world problem. It was like, my God, I can't see anything. Yeah. Good God, the screen is so small. We're sitting 10 feet away from it in our living room.
The setup you have now, if you did 4-player split screen, each person would wind up with their own 72-inch TV to play off of. So shut up.
We're a little spoiled.
Tiny bit.
Just a little.
A little.
Just a tip. The tip of spoiled.
Well, I mean, I will say though that, like for instance, that case where you're having to split the screen itself, it is a lot nicer to have separate systems to play co-op games.
Yeah.
And now that like I said, I have to buy another Xbox One for V to be able to play any co-op Xbox games. we're going to wait a little while, obviously, because there's not a lot of stuff. I mean, really, on the Xbox One,
Halo. That's the only
Halo.
reason to own the damn system is Halo.
But what's going to end up happening is I'm going to end up buying probably the Halo 5 bundle when that comes out.
Shut up.
It's great. It is a great game.
While I will play Titanfall with you, V, I don't think is terribly interested in playing.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I haven't really gotten into it. I tried it a little bit, and I'm sure if I played it some more, I'd get used to it and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fast paced. I think you would like it a lot, V. Like if you gave it some time to get into it.
I gave it some time during the beta, and I really liked it. And when it came out and it had no story, I was really pissed.
Yeah, that's dumb. They just took their entire time building the multiplayer, which, to be fair, it's a good multiplayer.
Yeah.
So you'd rather have Destiny?
If not a little bit shallow. No, I'd take Call of Duty over Titanfall. I would take Advanced Warfare over Titanfall.
Actually, that's going to be. I'm going to buy 2 copies of an Advanced Warfare for a PS4 because V and I are. That's going to be the first Call of Duty game that V and I play together, like actually play through. Now, I don't think we're going to be doing any of the online co-op, the online competitive.
Because Halo did it better.
Yeah,
they basically lifted the.
Yeah.
I got around to watching the Achievement Hunter Let's Play in that, and they started playing the hacking one. I was like, oh, they're playing Griffball.
Oh, God.
I was like, oh, that's nice.
Wow.
And they called it out like almost towards the end of the game. So it was like, the controls are slightly different than that other game that we played once with the same game type.
I mean, Halo's what really got me into playing games.
Yeah, Halo, and anyone who says otherwise is a moron. Halo pretty much birthed like modern multiplayer as it is now with like lobbies, matchmaking. Yeah. They pretty much made that a thing.
I will point this out as much as you are right, and you are. The lobbies and a lot of the stuff I noticed with the Master Chief Collection seems like a stripped out version. Like there's almost no now. We haven't played through all the games yet, so I don't know if there's maybe unlockables and stuff. But 343 has really
they're not Bungie.
They stripped out a lot of those features, like the character customization for any of the games. And I mean, obviously CE and 2, there's not too much.
Yeah.
But
3 there was a little bit. 4 there was a lot.
There was a fair amount in 3 too.
Was there?
3, yeah. And 3 and 4, there's like nothing. I mean, you can choose different armor types. You can set like the Raider or
but you can't buy like the individual pieces.
Yeah, but you can't go in and change the helmet and the shoulder pads and the chest plate and all that stuff. Now we've only just started playing through Combat Evolved. I don't know how much of that may be unlockable, but I think they stripped a lot of that stuff out in order to fit all 4 games as they sat with the to fit on one disc.
But even then, you could patch it in.
That's what I'm hoping. I mean, I know they were talking about that one. They're still trying to patch some of the multiplayer stuff.
Like the playlist setup that Master Chief Collection has is really good. But
the one thing I will say about the playlist setups for that is they have
when it works.
They have cross game playlists too.
Yeah,
which is a really cool concept.
There was the one playlist where you can just play every iteration of Blood Gulch.
Yeah. There
which
was
is the best map.
There was one where you could play. All of the jungle maps across all 4 games, all of the ring maps,
brilliant.
Yeah, no, that kind of stuff is really cool. But I still, the multiplayer customization was such a big thing for me.
Looking back at the Halo multiplayer, like 1 through Reach, not 4, it makes me wonder what the hell Bungie did or didn't do with Destiny.
Yeah, it
seemed like they were not too busy, but they were in the middle of something. They were in the middle of like making the story, and Activision was just like, by the way, this needs to be out in a month. And they're like, well shit. And they just didn't have time to finish it. They've patched in the matchmaking. They patched in lobby chat, I think.
Yes, that came out all right.
All that stuff has been patched in, but it's still not quite up to what Bungie's capable of when it comes to like multiplayer, like matchmaking and lobbies. Like it could be so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing in Destiny is missing in those lobbies now is like it was always nice seeing like the team and having that after lobby and like that. Yeah. That like setup where like you're going through with a group and like you have to leave to join like a different team, and you keep the same teammates. Like in Destiny, it just like it keeps you with the same people, but unless you're in a fire team with them, you're going to switch teams with whoever else.
It was even more than that. I think
same lobby.
It was more than that. I think even with like Halo, there was some sense of community in the multiplayer lobby because it all linked to like a Bungie account.
Yeah, but how long did it take for that
online.
The thing is, you got to look at how long did it take for that sense of community to
Halo
evolve?
2.
Halo 2. When
it was more Halo 3,
around,
but like towards the end of Halo 2, Halo 3.
They did it amazingly that first time.
Halo 2, they got it done in Halo 2. I mean, 1 was good. Like the multiplayer 1 was very good. But
I still have a PC version of Combat Evolved somewhere that I'll break out for a LAN party every once in a while because it's just fun.
They included all the PC stuff in the CE multiplayer.
Did they?
There's the flamethrowers on Blood Gulch.
Is there?
Yeah.
That ought to be hilarious.
Yeah, right?
As far as the chat in Destiny, I would really like it. Like if you're getting into a fire team with random people who you don't necessarily want to be friends with on PlayStation 4.
They changed that. There's an opt-in fire team chat now.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that was their last
I missed
patch.
that.
In fact, I think
that was the one where they loaded the framework for the expansion, I think.
Yeah. In fact, I have to edit together some video. I have myself, Tim, Robbie. We're able to get in what is the vaults? One of the vaults for. We're thinking it's probably the vault for the Dark Below. It's the Seraphim Vault on Earth.
Yeah.
Obviously, old Russia. But there's a way to glitch into it, and we were in there for like an hour just exploring, and then I glitched through a couple different places and saw some even more behind the scenes stuff. Like there's obviously a part in the Seraphim Vault that looks like it opens up, like the floor opens up.
Yeah.
So I have to edit that video together and get that out like soon.
Yeah.
So, that'll be helpful when they patch out the ability to get in there, because that happened with one of the other vaults.
I think it was the same.
No, it wasn't the same. Well, it wasn't a vault. It was a level. It was on Venus.
Yeah.
And there was a way. One of those
jumped up the.
There's a shield, and if you jump up a certain way, you can get into this like teleporter, and it takes you up to a location with like two different dead ghosts, but there's like nothing there.
Yeah.
That's it. But they finally patched that out. So since they haven't patched the Seraphim Vault,
I don't bother going into those glitches because I figure as soon as they open up, then I'll go get the ghosts. I'm not worried about pre-exploring something that's not done.
I wasn't worried about getting the ghosts. It's just one of those.
It's not even the environments. It's just like the cavern it's in. It's a giant empty room.
Oh no! Well, it was definitely a full environment, but there's nothing. There's literally nothing in there. I mean, nothing works.
Yeah.
You can't open any of the doors. There's no enemies. It's all speculation. But I got that video together and put that out, so that'll be coming out soon. I'll probably put it out on both our channels.
Yeah.
So, Lucci, anything else co-op related you wanted to talk about?
I guess I just found that like the couch co-op stuff lately has been, I've personally found has been like the Nintendo vein of stuff where like you have people over and you want like a quick game, but I don't miss it. Like I don't miss like all the couch co-op stuff that has happened. Like I can still go back and play, Rock Band or like dancing games, but like Xbox did that Fibbage, which is like we played.
Yeah, Fibbage is hilarious. Now the only trick with me playing where I was is you actually had to have a camera set up on the screen.
Yeah,
because it's Fibbage is definitely meant to be couch co-op.
It is, but the question pool isn't that deep.
No, it really isn't.
No,
if they ever put a couple expansions out for that, where they actually make new questions.
Well, I mean that could very much turn into like a multiplayer version of You Don't Know Jack.
There's already that. It's called You Don't Know Jack.
Is there a multiplayer for that?
Yeah, it's on Xbox Live Marketplace. Oh. Maybe PSN, but it's definitely on Xbox Live.
It's on 360.
I'm pretty sure it's on PC, like through Steam too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. But yeah, there's definitely multiplayer You Don't Know Jack on Xbox.
Okay.
But it's weird. Like even though like I enjoy having people over and playing those games, like like I'm starting to have those like couch co-op experiences with people who are far away, because like you said, I had to have a camera on the screen for Fibbage, but you were a fifth person in Fibbage or a sixth person in Fibbage when, you know, we are 6 states away.
Yeah, true.
So like I got to have that couch experience with you because all of this, you know, co-op is going online.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Which is nice. I mean, I think it really just affects families that with multiple children. Like with us being adults and playing,
studios don't care.
We don't care.
Well, the publishers don't care.
Yeah.
Well, no, we kind of do, because then we're still.
Well, yeah, we're putting out extra money.
Yeah, then we're $800 deep into 2 systems when we could be $400.
Plus, not to mention the 2 Xbox Gold or Live accounts.
Yeah, and the
PS Nation accounts that we have to pay for every year. Plus, so we have to buy 2 of each.
Between the 2 of us, that's $200 a year just in memberships.
So I mean, it's a lot of money.
Of course, then again,
dropping.
you have to look at it. That's like 1 month's worth of cable.
Yeah.
So
they used to have the family account for Xbox.
They got rid of it. Yeah.
But even then, the price point for that was still what it would have cost for the 2 of you.
No. Well, it was.
I thought it was
$100 a year for 4 people, whereas it's $100 for 2 people.
Yeah, so for like 2 people, it's not really worth it.
And to be perfectly blunt, last year that they had that running, I think Lucci.
We were on Lucci's account.
We just threw Lucci like $50 and go here.
Nice.
And when they canceled it, it screwed my account up, because I remember that I had both my subscriptions for PSN and Xbox Live around summertime, June.
I remember that.
Now Xbox is December. I'm like, oh, could you hit me when I'm spending all my money? That would be great.
I'm sorry, I didn't think that was good.
Oh man.
Yeah. So Black Friday, I found a site online that was, you know, doing the year for $40. So I was like, well, mine goes up in 2 weeks, so I might as well buy that now.
Yeah, right.
Before it auto charges me $60.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Oh gosh.
So we'll keep an eye out too, because if you just bought that, you want to turn off the auto charge then, because it could still charge you if you don't turn that off.
It used to. I just checked it. It doesn't like as soon as I put the code in, it changed my
it'll bump it back
to next year. They
only auto charge when the account lapses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean it's really just the extra added cost.
Can I bring up a game type that has been a lot of fun for, I mean, at least the 3, Lucci, V, and I, the sort of survival puzzle game. I don't know if that's even technically a genre, but 7 Days to Die.
Oh, that one just it gets my nerves going so bad, because I'm like, something's going to attack me. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm going to die. And like that's like the overall feeling. I'm like, oh, I want to go check that out. Oh my god, I'm going to die.
Well, I should probably explain this, because EJ, I don't know if you know what 7 Days to Die is.
I've heard of it.
7 Days to Die is very much it's a zombie horror survival-esque sort of game.
Oh yeah, I know what it is.
But
it's like Dust or
well, yes, and it's got a heavy Minecraft element basically.
Yeah, I've seen some videos on it.
It's like realistic Minecraft with zombies.
Yeah, and the game is still in alpha. It's on Steam, but it's just hilarious. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It runs off of a very realistic style of physics. I've seen explosions go off and take out like a whole roof. Like if you build something that isn't properly, you know, with Minecraft, blocks can just hover. I mean, if you build up and then you take the 2 blocks down, that doesn't work.
No, it's definitely more realistic.
Yeah, which is really cool. I definitely made a mistake where I was clearing out something. We had built this concrete wall, and I was digging out under it in complete Minecraft mode, just digging out under it to go back in and fill it in. And I got a certain way down, and the weight of it finally just collapsed in on itself and killed me, and took out like a third of the wall. And it was like, we all turned around like, what the hell just happened? How did I just? Oh.
Physics.
I did
Physics happened.
Yeah, it was like one of those things that like
you got Newtoned.
Pretty much, yeah. And the thing is, we were playing in basically what was the what is it, like the safe. Yeah, we had turned zombies off. So it was like, let's just get in there and mess around and build some stuff, and then maybe we'll go in and do like some challenges or something. And I was completely not expecting to get killed. So it was just like I wasn't expecting a zombie to come up and just take me from behind or anything. It was ridiculous.
I couldn't get used to the farming in that system. Like I had to keep looking everything up, and even then, the theories just didn't seem to work right. But then again, it is still an alpha.
It is still an alpha. Yeah, and
I felt so bad because you created this garden and it took you like multiple attempts to like get stuff to grow. And I came back into the game and I totally was like, "Hey, the garden's grown!" And I walked over and I ripped up like a quarter of the garden.
Oh yeah, you just walked across it and it all died.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I know. Well, I didn't like that. That's the thing. Like I didn't know that walking over it was going to ruin the garden.
It does in Minecraft.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. When you're growing wheat,
you have to jump on it.
Oh, you have to jump on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
well,
this
then
is
never
just walking through.
If you walk across, you're fine. But if you run or
right.
jump, you'll have to go back through and redo that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't think I've ever noticed that in Minecraft. But okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it used to. It used to be if you just walked on. I think they changed it.
It may have. I mean, it makes a little more.
I think if it's just newly sprouting, you can kill it by walking over it. But if it's fully grown, you don't have to really worry about it.
Oh yeah, but you have to like re-hoe the land if you walk over it.
Yeah.
Huh.
So here's a question: have any of you guys played any co-op games that were so bad that you just never wanted to play those games again? Like either be it the story, the system, any of that.
Was Tenchu Z co-op? Because I didn't even get through the goddamn tutorial on that.
I don't know.
It was awful.
I don't think I played that one.
I don't know.
I can tell you, Lucci and I, not Lucci, V and I had that experience. When the PlayStation 3 first came out, they had a first-person shooter that they were outright calling their Halo killer.
Resistance?
Haze.
I forgot that was a thing.
Oh my gosh! I didn't even remember what you were talking about.
We literally played through that game. After we were done the co-op story, I took the disc out. I didn't even trade it in. I put the disc back in its box and I threw it the hell out. It just went into the trash. It was that bad. Because the thing is too, I don't know I can't even describe where they went wrong. Like halfway through the game, you go from playing for basically the corporation to the resistance. But it was wonky as all hell.
Yeah.
The story didn't make any sense. The shooting mechanics were loose.
Apparently it was so bad that I've wiped it completely from my memory.
I forgot
because
it was a thing.
I played this game with him.
Most people have. Like I'll bring that up. Like my brother uses the Haze icon, and he's like, he doesn't even know what it is. I'm like, dude, you've never played that game, have you? No, why? Just gotta go ahead and keep using it. That's fine.
It looks cool.
One piece of artwork does not make a game awesome.
Nothing about that game made that game awesome.
I can't think of any notably bad.
And that's the thing. It was just the game itself was so useless that it's like, okay, like I mean, I'm one of those people that, especially with V, that's a hobby that we both enjoy, that we can bond over, which is actually very good because there's a lot of people that are together in a relationship and they have wildly different interests. Like maybe the husband's a gamer and the wife just has no interest whatsoever. Luckily, my wife games with me, which is awesome. But because of that, I will look for any local co-op game I can buy. And for instance, Haze. Like I had heard it wasn't really good. I didn't know it was as bad as it was. But if there's anything that has a local co-op, I'll at least pick it up and try it. Maybe not brand new.
Well, with me, I'm pretty easy. Give me a first-person shooter that I can snipe things, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty simple creature. If I can shoot things in the head, I'm happy.
That's nice.
Yeah,
I'm a very pleasant person.
There aren't any co-op games that I would go off and say, well, like I had a bad experience with because it was a co-op game or anything like that. No, maybe not. I'm just bad at co-op games. Like
that's because you're
especially like the like side scroller where the only difference between your characters is what color they are. Castle Crashers.
Oh.
I just suck at those games.
I know what you're talking about with.
Oh no, colors are so hard to differentiate.
No, some
apparently they are for me.
Some of those games.
Colorblind.
Oh, that's right. Well, that's your fault.
Yeah. Some of those games.
Yeah, I'm not even
really
colorblind.
bad.
I don't even have that excuse.
Like, there's so much going on the screen. I've had that exact problem where you have 4 individual characters on one screen, and it's like a top down or 3/4 down, and there's so much going on that you lose track of which one you are or where you're pointing. Like, you just kind of. You think you're that character walking forward. You're actually walking into a wall.
To be fair, I've had this trouble since Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh God. Double Dragon.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Not Neon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is funny watching all those characters bounce around on the screen, and you have no idea which one's you. And you just have to yell at everybody to stop moving for a second so you can jump once and figure out who you are.
God, I remember that. I remember that happening.
Yeah, but that's why I like the first-person games, because you always know who you are because you're seeing out of your own eyes.
Well, speaking of what, we're going. Speaking about co-op games, since GTA 4 came out, they have a first-person mode.
GTA 5.
GTA 5 came out and it's got first-person mode.
GTA something.
I just tried that yesterday.
I didn't get a chance to really mess with it too much because it's for the PS4. It's a goddamn 2-hour install.
So we didn't do that.
We didn't start. We didn't start.
I installed it and went to bed. It went 1%. I got 1%, and I said, "All right, good night."
10 minutes in, you're like, "Oh, it's 1%. I'm gonna have to find something else to do."
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
That's gonna be good. We still need to pick up a third copy for that. Tim's gonna need it.
He is gonna need a third copy.
He's gonna need.
He's gonna really, really be annoyed that he has to buy it too.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Well, I mean, Lucci has it.
It just worked out that I got a copy. So,
yeah,
it just so happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another online co-op, though.
Yeah, no, that's one of those ones where it's the ridiculousness of it. You can really just about do anything you want.
Oh yeah.
If you're into sandbox games, there's no. I've got a friend of mine who tried to come into GTA Online with us, and 10 minutes later, he's like, no, this isn't for me.
I really hope they do another Red Dead game in that engine.
Oh, that'd be really. Cool.
Oh my God.
That would be really.
Cool. 1, it would be gorgeous.
Yeah.
And 2, I can't wait to just kill Buffalo again.
Oh man!
The highlight of your night, killing Buffalo on a game system.
There was an achievement for killing all the buffalo.
Was there?
Really?
How many? Was there a hard number of buffalo? I mean, do they only render so many, or is
I think after a certain amount, they just stop spawning.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have to kill them within a certain amount of time?
No. So you were just responsible for the extinction of the buffalo in America. I think it was a 45 or a 50 gamer score achievement. I'm gonna look that up.
That's kind of wrong.
Yeah.
That might.
If you wait enough time, do they respawn?
Not after you get. I don't think so. I'm gonna double check.
It's kind of sad. That makes you a horrible person.
Welcome to Rockstar Games.
V is standing on the side of the road with one tear.
It would be more amusing if they had a callback to that achievement in GTA 5, but with prostitutes.
Oh my God.
I could see them doing that. Where you only murder
what
somebody.
You want no women in this world?
Oh man!
I love you, V.
That's kind of the thing that I could like. Rockstar kind of is known for that sort of stuff. I mean,
not all of the women in that game are prostitutes.
No, not all of them. There are some of them just are
walking down the street or doing nothing.
Oh, I was.
No, but in GTA 5, there are very specifically prostitutes in very specific parts of the map that apparently, I think they only come out after dark.
Well, the name of the achievement is Manifest Destiny.
Is it?
Yeah.
Manifest Destiny.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh man, yeah, that would be. You know, what would be really cool to see in that engine is the Undead Nightmare expansion.
Oh, that'd be good.
That would be really cool. It would just be another zombie game.
Yeah, because there aren't enough zombie games right now.
Yeah, it's kill the last buffalo in the Great Plains in single player.
Oh,
that's horrible.
That's bad.
The best method to use is to throw dynamite into the herd.
Oh my!
That's actually even worse.
Suggestions for it.
Yeah, it's on the wiki. It's acquisition.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
That's
just
there are a total of 20 buffalo.
20.
That's it.
Really?
Oh well, then they were nearly extinct to begin with. Then I don't feel quite as bad.
Really, you don't.
They might spawn like 7 or 8 at a
white
time.
Man.
Well, you know, I mean, think of it. If there were only 20 buffalo left, then you'd kill them off in like a day of feeding a whole colony.
So now they're like the dodo, but they were so delicious.
No, the dodo killed themselves off.
Yeah, for being tasty.
Where did we just go?
So yummy.
We just went a place.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
It's fun. It's all fun.
We will loop this back to co-op. You see, 2 people could eat a dodo.
The first one to press X does. Go. You have 30 seconds.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
That was fun.
What about you? I'm still the only person on right now who's played Shadow of Mordor, right?
Yes. I've watched it.
That is on my list of games that I need to get, and I should have done what you did, which is Black Friday games.
On Thursday.
Yeah, and picked up like 3 or 4 games.
There's
for
Cyber
like
Monday.
$30
You can do it on Monday.
Yeah, it's still on sale for digital download for $30.
Is it
right now? Yeah, it's on flash sale. But
I can see the temptation in his eyes.
Single player game, really interesting, neat component to it where if any of the orc or orcai, or I'm going to pronounce all the Tolkien things wrong, but if any of them kill you during
you're going to have
campaign,
mobs chasing you.
Yeah. You can have that will show up in somebody else's single player game to get revenge on the orc that killed you.
Really?
Yeah, you can. That's pretty cool.
So I have a few friends who I'm running around and it's like, oh, mission came up, avenge so and so, go hunt down this orc.
Oh wow. I wonder how quickly you'd see that come up again and again and again, and just realize your one friend is terrible at that game.
I don't think
there's one way to find out. Buy it.
It's not live.
I don't think it's live. Like, I think it keeps track and then releases them periodically.
Oh, okay, so it's not like an exact time event.
Yeah, every time you die, all of your friends get an update to kill one particular orc.
That would be hilarious. I think that would be fun.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still, that's good.
Who needs a single player?
But then you don't have to be playing the game at the exact same time either.
Yeah, that is true. And I think there was a Ghost Driver version or something similar.
Sure.
In one of the new racing games that came out, I can't remember. I think it's Drive Club when that comes out.
I think that was Need for Speed.
Was it?
They had a mode like that.
You could drive at certain tracks, and then when your friend races the same track, they can turn on the Ghost Drivers, and they could see their friends' cars.
Actually, I think that's common in a couple of racers. I think Need for Speed.
I think you're right. I think
Gran Turismo
in the newer games that seems to be like a feature, and that is a really cool feature, especially if you're competitive with your friends.
Yeah, I think Burnout did it too.
I don't remember which one.
Paradise.
They came up with the track times, but I don't think there was a point in which you were actually driving against the car itself.
I'm not entirely sure. Definitely Need for Speed.
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was also definitely Gran Turismo.
Also definitely.
I would see that as being cool, but I'd actually rather be in the same instance with my friend and run them off the road.
GTS for you.
Yeah, I know.
There's a mean streak.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I do that to you frequently?
Well, either that or put a bullet.
I am so bad at GTA. I'm so bad at GTA.
Whose fault is that?
GTA's.
This is you. You just dick people over on a regular basis, and you're bad at GTA. How is that possible? It's like the game was made for you.
Like second nature for me.
No, there have definitely been some times in GTA Online where we've all been, just literally just what kind of mayhem can we all collectively create?
We're finding out soon.
And then exactly how badly can we screw each other over? Yes, how badly can we screw each other over when said badness happens?
Like bring we'll all the cops to your location.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still can't figure out how Lucci would manage to get himself in trouble with the cops. I'd be perfectly fine being good, and he'd bring the cops to drive right past me. A cop would hit me, and suddenly I'm the bad guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. A cop runs you over, and then you have 2 stars.
You know what's really funny was we have a friend. Like I was saying, we had a friend who popped in to try out the game, and he was playing with us, and he was just bullying V hard. And like she's like, okay, yeah, fine, whatever. Okay, fine, whatever. And then she turns off her mic and has me turn my mic off. Looks over at me at the couch, goes, "Yeah, he's kind of being a prick." And I go, "Okay, well then it's on. Let's do this." So we turn our mics back on and we just start handing him his ass.
Well, the first time I did it, he came up. He was trying to sneak up to kill me again. So I kind of hid somewhere where he couldn't find me. And as soon as I saw him come around the corner, I popped a cap in his head.
Nice. That's like one time I was playing Red Dead with some friends of mine, and I just kept killing my one friend's horse over and over and over and over again. And he was just started yelling at me. I'm like, all right, I'm done. And I kill his horse again.
Oh man, yeah, that's one of the things that I really like about co-op is just create. Like it's kind of like sitting around like a D&D table.
Yeah.
Just again, like you get all of these stories together that make absolutely no sense to anyone else. Yeah. But you mentioned like, hey, remember that time I shot you in that head? And you just start going off like, yeah.
I like in GTA when you can like be in your apartment and like a friend of yours might have like a 4-star wanted level and they're just chasing him through the city and you flip the TV on and it's like news footage of them being chased by the cops.
Yeah, they have the overlay and everything. Yeah, that is really cool.
Really cool. Rockstar put a lot of detail,
they did.
The little things. That, like in the first person mode, all the speedometers are fully functional.
Oh yeah, accurate all the gauges are functional.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to.
Can you run out of gas?
No.
Okay.
Not that
then all the gauges are not functional.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Unless there's not a gas gauge.
I don't know if there is gas gauge. I haven't checked yet.
But
there was for GTA 4 and for San Andreas, a lot of the online modding community for the PC versions did add things like working gas stations.
As GTA 5 hits PC on January 27th.
Oh, we're going to have to get that.
A week later, the mods are going to be outrageous.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. There is still a mod. I'll have to double check and see if it came out, but they were working on it for a while for, I want to say it was either Vice City or I think it was Vice City originally. It was a Back to the Future mod.
I've seen that.
They had the DeLorean. It actually, you could actually put it in a mode where it would shoot, where you would drive down and shoot fire, and you could set it. They were actually starting to build in different parts of the game. Like Hill Valley, like different versions of Hill Valley. Well, what would happen is when you engaged the time circuits, it would take you then to a different part of the map, which was that different time period. Last I checked, it was maybe a year or two ago that I'd seen it and they hadn't fully finished it, but it's like a small modding community of like a few people. But that is something I would really like to see come out as like a full playable game.
Someone modded GTA 4 to be GTA 5.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
I did.
The textures were actually spot on too.
Yeah, yeah, but you probably have to have a pretty beefy machine to be able to run all of the extra textures they were jamming into that.
Yeah.
So, but with that, we're about out of time. So until next week, I've been Shawn.
Oh, I'm EJ, and I didn't say once.
And I'm V, and you just messed it up.
I know.
And I'm Lucci, and I didn't say that word either.
And until next week, thank you for listening and keep gaming.